goes.
Looks good. How you doing, Matt? Good. Crowd tonight.
You want to start standing up?
I'll get up. We got a good crowd here tonight.
All right, 6 o'clock. Call the meeting to order. Everybody rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Karen, anything for agenda review? That on this?
I did put the public administration report, committee report on the website. That was just today.
To do that? Okay. All right. And we're Old Home Day is next week. We're taking that off the action items. Okay. We took a look at payroll and manifests back. Everybody had an opportunity to take a peek. Minutes of January 27th, 2026.
Make a motion to accept the minutes.
I'll second it.
January 27th.
All those in favor?
Aye.
We had 2 letters of hire. One was just welcoming back an employee who was out in return. We had a timber report. We signed that. And we have the appointment of Annie Cole as interim chief of police. Done it? All right. There's a vacancy for the police chief within our town, and we as subscribers confidence in your ability and integrity to perform the duties set forth. We do hereby appoint you, Annie Cole, to the position of interim police chief of that town of Barnstead, and undertaking the office, and having this appointment certificate set of office court by the town clerk, you shall have the power to perform the duties to be subject to liability of such office until another person shall be chosen, qualified in your stead. Now we do it. I'll do a better job of it. I, Annie Cole, do solemnly swear that I will bear faith and true allegiance to the United States of America and the state of New Hampshire, and will support the constitutions thereof, so help me God. I, Annie Cole, do solemnly and sincerely swear and affirm that I will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all the duties incumbent on me as interim police chief for the town of Barnstead, according to the best of my abilities. Agreeably to the rules and regulations of the Constitution and the laws of the state of New Hampshire. So help me God. So under new business, we have the workshop class request, and that was from Jarvis.
Yeah.
Is on that, and I think that doesn't need the board approval. That fits within his budget. Do that. Is Jesse here? Yeah.
Nancy is.
Okay, because on new business we have the increase of the ballot machine line.
Yes, so she asked, it was a $200 increase as we servicing the voting machines.
And that's for setup fee and stuff like that?
Yes.
Okay.
So we go from 3,500 to 700.
Okay, so that just changes it in the budget. Okay.
Okay, make those changes.
Or we're just finding it's
Is that
$200.
every year, or is that just a one-time thing?
No, I believe it will be every year.
Every
And it,
year?
differs depending on how many elections you have.
Right. So go ahead and make that change. As long as we do that, and just get over to the budget committee for Thursday.
Mhm.
Karen, did you have some update for us on outsourcing to ADP?
Yes, so actually I just wanted to mention that I had already reached out and gotten a response from one company, MTS, back on January 19th. I had already started researching that, but I had not called ADP. I have since done so we'll get those two proposals, just to see what, what they might charge us for that, and then I'll also reach out to a third
Okay.
company.
And can MTS do all the health insurance and all that as well? 'Cause they're part of it.
Yeah, it just depends on how many modules you want to add on, and MTS is the software company that we would be switching to in June that we had discussed previously. So that would be an advantage. They also do payroll.
Okay.
Isn't an MRI too? Don't they do that or something like
It's
that?
MRI/MTS, but
The same thing?
But MTS, so it's affiliated with MRI, but it's sort of a separate entity
Okay.
of MRI. Yes,
All
and
right.
they're specific to municipalities. Probably.
Okay. And I know we went through the warrant articles last week, and then we had a question as to whether we add one for the roof over the Connex boxes. And I don't think we initially had that in there, and just give it to put it in as a, when do we need to have the final figure for that, Karen? To get
So
it?
budget committee and monetary, warrant articles have to be there for them
This Thursday? Okay. So let's add a warrant article and get the wording from Jarvis
Okay.
on that, and just let them, because I think it's about $20,000 to $30,000
Okay,
to put a cover over that, but that would allow putting the vehicles in undercover instead of sitting outside.
would it make sense to increase the warrant article for monies going in the municipal building and other repairs, rather than have separate, or would you rather see it separate?
I think it's separate because it tells a story in and of itself, right? Instead of just being a generic part of building repairs,
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
it's specific to putting a cover over a $500,000 grader, right? That tells a story
Okay.
in there. So
And any specific place that you would like to see it?
Andy, got any thoughts?
I just rope it in with highways.
Okay, just in that.
Yeah.
Because we did set the excavator, I think, was toward the end, but put it in with the other ones.
Okay.
That should be right after all the other equipment there, because it is part of that in a sense. That's why it's there.
While we're on warrant articles there, Article 12 for the Fire Rescue Expendable Trust.
Yes.
We had originally said 30,000 for that. We cut it. We reduced it by 30,000. Last week is what we talked about. Last Thursday at the budget committee meeting, chief and deputy chief both spoke about that. Their concerns with that. over the weekend I ran some numbers real quick. If we had continued to keep funding that fund at $30,000 till 2030, we'd be in the negative.
Okay.
Just some highlights there for what was brought up. 2027, they need 2 new ventilators. That's 18 grand. 2028, there's 2 cardiac monitors for 100 grand. 2028, turnout gear, 5 sets. That's $22,000. 2030 for air packs is 200 grand.
Okay.
So I recommend the lease for this year we keep it at $60,000, and then next year we really look at it. Ultimately, the way I figured everything out, $60,000 by 2030, we'd have 171,347 roughly left over. That's not really a lot of money for anything that's not anticipated coming up either.
Mm-hmm.
So for next year, my thought was to go to 75,000. So that would give them $246,347 in there.
Okay.
But for this year, I recommend we do keep it at 60,000.
So you want to change?
It's at
number
30,000
12,
right now.
60?
So it
Yeah.
was 60. We brought it down to 30 because we weren't aware of all those
Correct.
things. So it's putting it back at 60 where it's
Put
been.
it back, yeah.
And then Karen let me know that she met with the deputy chief today and they worked on some changes to our billing, which based on our calls will increase ambulance revenue by about $60,000 once that change is made. So I actually I don't think, did I do that math right? Hang on.
Increase by
Hang on.
60,000?
Yeah. 140 times, yeah, times 400 calls,
Oh, that's from the fee change?
fee change.
Yes,
Uh,
for what we can collect.
I got you.
So they'll in a sense cover it. Yes.
Yeah, so some new legislation went through the legislature last year, Senate Bill 245, and it's a 2-year deal. While the legislature studies how much an ambulance transport should cost. At the end of that 2 years, they're going to come up with a set fee package that they're going to recommend all of us providers charge the insurance companies that the insurance companies will in turn reimburse.
Okay.
In the 2-year window, while they're studying all this, what they've done is said, we can no longer bill our patients for the balance that is due after their insurance company pays us if they pay us directly. If they don't, if they send the payment to the patient, we can still bill them the patient. And in exchange for that no balance billing, we are going to get 325% of Medicare rates, which are currently $500 and change per run. So we're going to end up getting guaranteed from the 6 major insurance carriers in New Hampshire about $1,800.
Okay.
I don't know, something like that. Way more than we've ever gotten before. So for the 2-year window, we have to negotiate in good faith with these individual insurance companies. I reluctantly told Karen I'd be willing to help out with that, and so that's where it's going to be some increased revenue for at least the next 2 years, as long as we can come to agree.
So, but it's safe to say that theoretically we would cover if we want to add more next year, the increased billing.
That goes into the special revenue fund, and that takes. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Only part of it does. There is a portion that will come back to the town general fund. So, and even though we can't earmark it for this,
Yeah.
we can't so it's 60-40 split, correct?
Right, it's 40% to fire rescue.
So 60% of that 56,000 comes back to the town. So it's about $30,000. You're talking about adding another 15,000 next year.
For that,
It's safe to say we'll offset.
For that, okay.
So that makes sense. And putting it back in this year, they're going to bring it in this year. So there will be an offset in revenue to the town to kind of offset that. So that makes sense. To not have a shortfall. All right. Everybody good with raising? You want to make a motion? Andy, do we need a motion to change that?
Might have a motion that we change Article 12 to read 60,000 instead of 30,000.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Well, you'll have to stick around, seeing you know so much about it.
Okay. Were there any other comments on the warrant articles? Maybe?
Warrant articles, no.
Okay.
Do you want to wait till the end, just before public input about last Thursday? Is the other comments they had?
The budget committee's comments?
Yeah. 7 position.
Oh, no. That's probably I think we know where that one fell.
Well, as long as the board's on the same page with that, no.
Yeah, I think that was the. I don't think that aged well over there.
No.
All right. So that's that. So it's those 5. Ms. Carr, I think you're up. I don't know what to call you. Planning board chairman, moderator, Carr. 300-year anniversary. What are we today?
I'm a moderator.
Moderator, Carr. Town moderator.
Mary's your assistant moderator?
No, I'm the deputy clerk. This is deputy town clerk.
Yes.
As you all know, Jesse is not available to make it tonight. And so Mary said she would come to place. I do have a message from Jesse, and what the concern is where the election will be held. And March town election. And because of the construction of the school. And in the past, we've been able to drive around back, unload, and it's been pretty easy. You don't have to walk far. You don't have to walk stuff far, which we know some of those boxes are heavy. The people that had mobility problems could drive around back, and they could have a short walk as opposed to whatever's available right now. And so this is a message from Jessie. It says
No, but has she reached out to the school at all to ask them if it's available?
no, because that's not her job.
Okay.
And it's not moderator's job. It's the selectmen's job, select board job to provide the place for voting.
Okay.
We're down here at the ice rink.
Just put the shovels off.
Hope for good weather.
I bet it'll go real fast.
Salt shed.
I said. So what she sent to me was my biggest concern are our elderly and handicapped citizens. Also, us having to bring in and set up all of our election booths, tables, and all other equipment, as there are only a handful of folks who help with that. So basically, it's not being able to drive around the back of the school to get into those doors to get that equipment in there and for the voters to get in there. Also, we would need more election workers to help residents get into the building. Parking was another thought because if there's the construction site with the fence and all that. So where people would park, obviously they could park across the street, but they would also have to park up in that field. The parking lot, yeah. And she said parking, and then she said, at the parade station, parking would be tight, but we could make it work. So Jessie is thinking of using the parade station.
So we should probably ask the school. I've actually asked the question already, and we're waiting on the new building facilities director.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, there is access to the back of the building.
Okay.
And there's access on the left-hand side of the
Correct.
building. So you could potentially go up on the left-hand side to the doors, unload,
And then
whatever.
Turn around.
Yeah.
come back.
Okay.
That's been opened up quite a bit in
Yep.
there.
Mhm.
Parking, though, that may be an issue.
We're gonna have to use the
So it's either the overflow lot,
church.
the church, or they could open up basically the job site there if,
There might be some parking
Yeah.
in there, but
big enough to unload 18-wheelers. So let's get an answer from them
Okay.
as to what their thoughts are before we.
But we wanted to have the place nailed down pretty quick.
Okay.
So people know where to go.
So I'll just follow up with, they were in transition of their facility director left, bringing in a new facility director.
And that's fine.
So this is, March,
You're talking one, a little bit more than one.
So it's not a
5
big,
weeks. Okay, so potentially, we may be able to do it.
I thought we were told we can't do it here. The state said that this building doesn't work.
It would work for town elections.
town
For
elections.
town elections, not for,
Okay.
The state has a checklist
Yeah.
for state and federal elections, and they come in and you have to have so many voting booths for registered voters, and we tend to have a higher turnout. So we could potentially have an election here with a town election, because sadly, we don't get the
Good turnout.
turnout that.
What do you expect them for turnout? What's your best guess?
normally it's what, 7?
Normally, yes, it's around 6. It was really low last year.
Yeah.
So 1,000 at the most.
I
Oh,
would say
wait.
1,000 at the most.
Yeah,
and
that
that's
would-
being very optimistic.
There's a lot of people running this year. Well, more than different.
That's the thing.
So
when
if every,
there's a race
Yeah.
to be concerned about, it
yeah, there's a lot
generally
more.
get a better turnout.
There's two races that I don't know about school board.
They have a lot running as well.
Yeah.
So there's 3 races.
Yep.
So
They
there's
have
select
4,
board, planning
5.
board,
There's 5 for school board.
And planning.
Planning's got 4?
5 selectmen.
5 for select board. Okay. So why don't we'll get an answer for next week, and then we can make that decision if we need to.
I mean, that was our concern about having it here, was that construction would be
We're hoping that's gonna be done by then,
done. Okay,
hope.
okay. But it's,
But we wanna look at, we wanna look at the setup at the school works.
Mhm.
It works
Yeah.
good, but I can understand that we may have a parking issue, you know? I think we can get in and out of there okay, and set up okay. We'll just have to figure out the parking.
Yeah, we'll
thing.
just.
think
And if-
the smaller election too, we can really
And
do
where
around.
I put the, not protesters, the,
election.
You're like,
yeah, the election.
okay, we don't have to call it electioneering.
The candidates.
Did you have a? Okay,
We'll park there.
park on Maple Street.
Shut down 28.
It's a state road.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, let us figure that
Let us.
traffic.
We'll we'll have an answer for you by next Tuesday's meeting.
And the new ballot counting machines are in.
Okay.
And we did have one training session. And I think people will like them. I think
They better, because
easier to use.
what they are.
Yeah, that's what they have. And we should have some new electronics. Out checking in coming.
Okay, we just put the ballot in there, why am I gonna like it better?
Well, the screen is bigger, so if
Oh, okay,
you, so say you overvote, say it says,
Okay.
vote for 2 and you vote for 4, it sends it back out.
Okay.
You can see that.
And it tells you what you did wrong.
Yeah.
oh,
So,
That's
all right.
cool.
So we're saying Priscilla's gonna like it. Will Rob Keaty like it?
oh, he doesn't vote.
Problem
He kept
solved.
up voting after the Chad incident, he said he'd never vote again.
Hanging Chads in
Yep,
Florida.
the hanging
and that
Chad,
was it.
and he voted for him, but.
As long as he's got a reason,
Yeah.
we'll accept it.
He was disgusting.
All right.
Yeah, so we're, okay, thank you guys.
Thank you.
you.
Do we have anything on the town hall renovations, Rick? Just hanging out here in old business.
Yeah, they were supposed to start today.
Okay.
You can see that we got most of it cleaned out. We got some people relocated and they're up and operational. It's kind of a cluster right at the moment, but so they'll be in here tomorrow. We're hoping by Friday they'll have everything opened up and the wiring, some wiring being done.
Okay.
And then we'll have to see. We'll probably have a better idea on how, if we're gonna run into some problems once we open everything.
On employment positions, those are just our posted positions right now. So we have the administrative assistant posted, and we have highway for 2. Okay. Then department heads and committee reports, we're gonna have Alan Will come on
Yes.
Chief, Deputy Chief? Oh, that's a big stack of paper.
It grows by the day. This leftover was from budget committee.
All right.
We're in good shape. I'm going to talk about this.
That's all.
So I understand that 65,000 was 60,000.
60. It's taken care of.
Thank you very much. I'd also like to highly recommend that we put it
Cistern?
the cistern account. We do fund it at 10,000, and I'll tell you a story. When I first met Sean O'Kay 6-7 years ago, one of the big things was planning for the future of the town and location of cisterns. And he always emphasized to me that, make sure we take care of our water supply. Water supply is like blood in the system. So the $10,000 is basically for pre-planning if we have to install a future cistern. Right now, I think the account has $108,000 in it. A new cistern, if we need to put it in ourselves, is going to be in excess of $110,000, plus the acquisition of land, unless it's donated by a builder. So, and also every year we do come up with some problems, and we do have some repairs. And also we do pay somebody to go cut the cisterns, the grass. The highway department gave us some here this year. One on West Lock Road, we actually had to cut some trees. So we do, and we last year, 3 years ago, they were all repainted, all re-greased. Probably got to be done this year again. That takes 2 or 3 days here. So there is some maintenance to the cisterns, and we do every spring. As soon as we can get the trucks on the road, we do go to every cistern, every dry hydrant. The dry hydrants, we actually pull a draft to make sure they're still working, the strainers are nice and clear, and the cisterns, we make sure they're filled.
Pull a draft means to actually suck water out of it.
That was for you, Gary.
So, that usually takes a couple days. Yes, sir.
When's the last time the town put a cistern in?
The last one I can remember is Fire Lane 11, Porcupine Point Road. And that's when that
When?
Woodbridge.
Probably
That-
Province Road.
Oh, Providence Road?
Probably Province Road was the last one.
That's the newest system.
Is it?
And when was that?
But I don't think we paid for that.
You might be right, Will, actually.
So when was the last time the town paid to put a cistern in?
Yeah,
As far as I know, it was Porcupine Point Road.
And when was that?
when?
Probably about 15 years ago. And we did have a problem on one of the cisterns that it wasn't done correctly and it floated. And we had to pay Brian Locke to come in and actually, we had to drain the cistern and he had to come in and fix it. And that cost, I think it was about $15,000 to fix it.
Our keeper of the cisterns has something to say.
When Dollar General came in.
Yeah.
They put in cisterns.
No, that's the newest one. But not, but we did
But
not.
the-
But they paid for it.
They paid for it,
But
right?
the town paying was about 15 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay, and there's 108,000 in there. Usually, am I correct that the builders now are putting them in? We asked them to, Nancy, is that what happens? Do they put them in?
It's part of the subdivision regulations where if it's 4 or more, it's part of fire protection. Now they can ask for waivers and put regulars in the house instead. And waive the cost of the system. On the 19th of February, we are going to have a work session with the planning board and have people come in and talk about why the system regulation was put in place in the beginning. And how a cistern affects the town insurance rates. The cistern is lower insurance rates as opposed to in-home sprinklers. So there's pros and cons.
Well,
The cistern, I'm sorry, the cistern will lower the insurance rate?
But at a time.
More than the sprinkler
Not
will?
more than the sprinkler, no.
Well, I think, so a
That's
sprinkler is
not
going to be an individual homeowner.
Which-
Cisterns are going to be the
which
overall
residential-
town.
Residential construction is looking more and more towards
Yeah.
sprinkler systems.
Right, and we know that, and so we're having some history come in to explain to us why that was put into the subdivision regulation, because it's and back up with Dane Lilly and Rusty and Sean. And so obviously Dave Merlin's no longer on the planning board. Rusty doesn't understand and Sean's no longer with us. We need the history of why it was done, and then we can look at moving forward.
It seems to me a system's in place to save a structure, not save a life. A sprinkler system will give you more time to get the hell out of the house and possibly live. I can't see cisterns having a future anywhere. Where do you think we need a cistern right now? Where would we need another one? If we needed one right now, where would we need another one?
The only one I can see right now would be if White Oak Road was developed, that whole strip of White Oak Road on the right-hand side.
Which
and if
would-
each lot was divided up and
Okay.
sold separately, so one builder didn't build on it, and then we'd have 10, 12, I don't know how many lots are there.
Yeah.
If somebody came up there,
Well, if they're putting that many in, we'd want them to put it in, right?
But if they sell the lots separately and each person buys a lot and builds their own house.
It doesn't matter if they subdivide it.
If it's
If they
subdivided, it becomes
subdivide
part of
it,
it.
they have to have it. Even if they sell the lots separately, doesn't matter.
How many current cisterns are inoperable?
Inoperable?
None?
Zero. Because we keep the maintenance up on. Dry hydrants, we have one on the upper White Oak Road that when the river changed.
Yeah.
Now it's in an island of the sand. We have a plan for that. And the one down at
So by dry hydrant, you mean it doesn't work?
that one does not work right.
But the dry hydrant normally is like going into a lake
dry
or going
hydrant,
into a body of water.
dry all the time. It doesn't have water in it.
Okay, so what's its purpose?
It's the same as a cistern, except we're sucking out of a live body of water instead of out of the tank.
By our pond, it's a dry.
So when you go to
Right.
28 Dalton,
Yeah.
after Colony Drive, you see that dry hydrant right there on the side.
So
Dry
it's,
hydrant,
Right over here, behind the rec center.
right.
Right there.
It'll draw out of the Suncook, or it draws out of Bow Lake, or it draws out of.
we just call
one
it
of
dry
ours.
hydrant because there's no water in the vertical part of the piping.
Okay.
But the horizontal part is a strainer, and there's usually the water up to the water
So,
level.
so it's near water somewhere.
It has to be, yes.
So
Yeah, it's not a cistern; it's
Right.
an actual live body of
so
water.
you can actually throw
So you can
a
get
hose in-
fish.
You can throw a hose right in the water.
At the TV pond on Bull Lake, there's a dry.
The dry
I
hydrant.
don't remember which one of you asked it, but in extension to the question of where we keep the next cistern, I think we need the next dry hydrant at the bridge on White Oaks Road to replace the one that's out of service from the river.
The dry hydrant comes out of the cistern account?
Does.
What's the dry hydrant cost?
You have to
Ballpark.
ask Jarvis, because I'm gonna ask him to install
It depends on whether we have him install it or somebody like her can do it for us. Plus, we gotta get
Do we have a ballpark?
35,000.
Thank you. That was easy.
it. That's a big number.
It's okay. Just give us a.
And the other place, we had an ISO study, ISO is who sets the overall insurance rates for the town. And they identified the Turtle Pond area. Is it Vale Road or is it? I think it's still Vale Road there.
It's available.
But there's no place really to get water up there except the pond itself. And if we could actually put a hydrant in the pond, a dry hydrant in the pond.
Mm-hmm. So
fantastic location.
I can tell you what I listened to at town meeting is people look at the money we had in an account, and as we're adding to an account that's in a sense dormant, the question becomes, why are we adding to the account? And the rainy day makes sense, but if there's a need for dry hydrants, if there's a need for cisterns, installing them and spending money from the account enables us to go to the taxpayers and say, we just dropped $35,000 on this dry hydrant recommended to us by ISO that will impact your tax rate, or your insurance rates, right? And now we need to replenish that account. right? As opposed to we're just continuing to throw money in the account. Because we talk about it, it comes up with paving, it comes up with road repairs, it comes up with a lot of that stuff. That was conversation that we had about the capital reserve, looking at whether we need another fire truck, what's coming up. So
Somebody's gonna ask that question. When's the last time we put money in?
they did last year. We had a
Yeah,
conversation about it last year.
That's what's gonna happen.
So I think we'd be okay to skip this year. I understand that.
It's, sure.
So.
We're just here to support it.
Okay.
It's still funded with the dollar.
So it stays open.
Yeah.
It shows the importance of it.
Yeah, so it doesn't close the line. And then it does give us that, you could always sweep at the end of the year, but there's, plenty of unexpended. That becomes an opportunity to fill that line. Okay.
That one needs to be evaluated, Right, we need some cleanup to do first of all, and then after the cleanup, we need to draw a draft from it and see exactly where it's leaking around the swim. And then have Mikey plug into up there and weld it or do whatever he needs to do, basically.
All right.
The last year there was no water in it, so we really need to do it was dry.
So it's inoperable.
It's out of service.
I thought they were all
Regardless.
operable.
Yes. No, the cisterns are all operable.
It's a dry hydrant.
The dry hydrant.
One dry hydrant.
Don't be that guy.
No, two.
Now they have two dry hydrants that don't work.
It's a dry hydrant. Okay.
It's a very dry hydrant.
Chief, what do you got? Other than that.
Okay,
Because you got a lot of paper. I'm sure it's more than just those two things.
you asked me to get all the quotes and everything for a utility, and everything is right here, there's a packet here for the construction to look at.
Okay.
Okay. And I also have a couple personnel issues.
Well, personnel issues are non-public,
That's correct.
so that's not in this forum here.
But while we're there, can we talk about some concepts of department pay scale in a whole?
With no names.
What's that? Pay scale is public. Yep.
Yeah.
Right, this is the current public pay scale for 2025. It was last done for Barnstable Fire Rescue Department.
Yep.
And in the past, we challenge our employees to achieve different goals. And when they achieve those goals, they're usually rewarded on the pay scale.
Yep.
And we have an employee that got their CDL, and there's a 1.5% increase in between steps, which is what we've usually done when somebody does that. And I'd like to see that employee gets their stat for their CDL.
Mm-hmm.
We also have an employee who's has advanced their AEMT, and that's one labor grade higher than the basic EMT, and I'd like to see that employee gets taken care of by moved up to the next labor grade.
So is it the amount of the step at issue, or just?
There's the issue is we've sent an email requesting these increases, and to the best of our knowledge, the board has not acted yet.
They have one tonight.
Okay.
We only saw them.
Is there a difference? We'll dance around it because we're in public. Is there a different amount you're asking for, as opposed to 1.5%? Is that what's the ask?
The 1.5 is a step,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's what we recommend for the person who achieves CDL.
Yeah.
And then the person who changed his EMT license from their basic to their advanced, we're recommending a labor grade.
Okay, so the chart's accurate. You're okay with?
Well, the entire chart is up for discussion.
I
That's what we're looking for tonight.
guess that's the real question.
And I don't know how
Are we looking for something different than what's
we
on the
have
chart?
been veering because we understand across all departments that the scale's not keeping us competitive. So if there is a different number you're asking for, that's
I'm comfortable with the current chart.
okay.
Then we just want status.
Yeah, last year we talked about the electrical issue. We have a station 2, and so we go out and get a price, and we got a price from Big Tony, which gave us an excellent service at Station 1. actually showed up a couple times to fix things, and we weren't even charged. So here's the quote for Station 2 to go through and fix the mess we have in the electrical room. And,
Is this by any chance in your CIP?
It is.
Okay.
This came to light to us when we brought the CIP committee through because it had been so bad for so long that
Yep.
we were immune to it. And the CIP committee was like, when are you guys going to do something about that? It was like, oh, we're going to do something right now. So, yeah, Big Tony came in and we only have one bid and
What's the cost of it?
25 grand. But we thought it was going to be closer to 100. We're starting to get more, but and I know the budget's done as of Thursday, but
As of Thursday, the budget is done, so we have from now till Thursday if we need to.
I had mentioned this to Karen in the middle of budget committee last week, and we're not really sure whether it's in the budget or not, but
I'm assuming it's not, and that would be the municipal building fund.
we did have a little electrical fire recently in one of the outlets.
Good thing
Over
there's
here?
a cistern over
Yes. So this is
you
kind of a priority. We don't want the entire panel to go.
You get any mutual aid on that one? The outlet fire?
they all came.
They don't. Yeah. Danny took care of it real quick.
Will, can you pass that over?
That may be my only copy, so I might not want to hear until I copy it again.
So that would be 11. Warrant Article 11 to increase that to cover that.
If you wanted to, but really it needs to go out the bid, and we have 3 bids.
But we can increase
Yes.
the number, but yeah, it does have to go out the bid.
So
But I mean, we can put that number in.
Right.
If it comes in lower, then we spend lower. I don't think it's going to, but Tony's been really, really exceptional to us.
Okay.
I don't know if he's local, but he's close to
Belmont?
Belmont, okay, yeah, he's a retired state electrician and took really good care of us for the stuff at Station 1 that needs to be done. We did go out the bid on that. We said, the next bid.
Because the 90 that's in there is basically all spent
Mm-hmm.
already.
without trying to touch what's in the operating budget.
So I think we should add it to that warrant article. Right there.
What are you gonna add, 25?
25,
Yeah, 'cause it's like
Go up to
60, 65.
115.
It's fine.
I mean, it's not insignificant, but $25,000 is 2 cents on the tax rate. So
No, and that's way different than the 150,000 that was proposed for CIP.
We're in public input right now, right?
No.
no.
No, we're not.
So when we're in,
Public input, it's on the CIP. People want to stand up and say what they thought about it.
that's in a whole different conversation. That's not even public input. When CIP comes back to us, don't you know? We're gonna put it in
But
the.
the CIP is part of the public.
Well, when people are on other committees, there is a process for something that's in a committee to come to this board. There's a process for this board to get information from that committee that we follow. So we don't want to. It keeps us in our lane.
So what are you
I know
talking?
how bad it is. When I was on 15 years ago,
So 11
I wanted that fixed.
Yeah.
increase. I'll make a motion. We
Oh, yeah.
change
Increase it to what?
115,000.
And that's under the building to make.
It's under warrant article 11.
Oh, okay.
115.
115.
So what's your motion exactly?
I'll make a motion that we increase warrant article 11 to $115,000.
To be placed in the municipal building repair and maintenance.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Next.
Okay, so, not sure if this is non-public or not. I went for the budget committee, about a 7 position. Okay, public or non-public?
No names.
But the budget committee is public, so if you discuss it there,
I was told to go sell it to the budget.
how'd that go?
Not good.
All right.
I'll be honest with you.
I heard.
They wanted an answer from the select board, correct? Yep. So,
they ultimately wanted to know why we didn't recommend it.
Because we'd already sent the budget to them.
So
It was kind of because it was a late thing.
So the board's consensus is we're not going to recommend the 7th position.
Not at this time. No.
Okay, and there was a candidate. I think we have the approval. He's a call member. He looks to be a call member.
I think we need to meet him. Can you bring him in?
Oh yeah, I can bring him in.
That'd be helpful.
Okay.
Make sure he's not a weirdo.
It works full time for Manchester Fire, so,
So,
take that for what it's
well, that's exactly it. I understand how Manchester firefighters
See,
are.
now we're really
From Manchester
Yeah.
firefighters.
All right. What else you got?
What else do you think?
I had one issue and they all nodded yes to me, so
What's that?
I think I'm looking good. I
Got
did
the
get
nod.
homework today.
Got the nod.
As well, so,
Our mood
No,
changes as the night goes on, though. So
I know it
And I'm
does.
tired.
You're not tired?
I'm tired. I gotta
I'm
burn
tired
this
too.
Well,
So
that's good.
be
Just wanna get
careful.
out of here.
morning. That's right.
Yeah. I'd like to have one meeting.
We talked about today.
We talked about it.
Brandon?
Did,
Right.
Billy Bishop,
What's that?
give me
Yeah, give all the business cards. You know how the machine works? Because I usually need help.
Nice job, guys.
I got a big hand.
All right. We have anything else?
Could the board make sure that they give their recommendations on option number 4? That's the watershed.
Oh, yeah.
Article, just so you can give your recommendation.
So that's not a petitioned warrant article this year?
No, because it came before
The board, okay.
Yeah, the board would submit it.
Okay. Andy?
Make a motion to move the Article 4 as written.
Okay. I'll second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Is Frank even here? Somebody should vote no just because he didn't show up.
I vote no.
All right. Anything else that we've got before we go to public input?
I just got one thing I'm going to read. It was a letter sent to the budget committee. I don't know if Michelle's actually going to read it to the budget committee, but I want at least the whole board to hear it. The letter's from Sherry Bedoin, and it's to the town budget committee. And it says, I would like to start by thanking all of you for your dedication and service to the town as members of this committee. I learned a lot about the history of Barnstead and its financial requirements during the work sessions. She's traveling south and unable to attend your budget hearing for Thursday, February 5th, 2026. But I wanted to send my comments to the committee via email to be taken into consideration during your deliberations. Bullet. If the Board of Selectmen decides to add the paramedic position to the fire department, I would recommend approving this type of hire. I would advocate removing the full-time fire chief as budgeted. We already discussed that. We're not doing the 7th position. Second bullet. Finally, or fully fund the fire department need of capital reserves for air packs and heart rate monitor from 30,000 to 60,000. We already did that. Third bullet. I would decline the full-time police chief for several reasons. Mostly because during your questioning, it was not clear if the position was administrative or active duty. We should fill the existing part-time chief position and any police officers that are funded. Fourth bullet. In light of last year's 8% pay increase for the highway department, which was no doubt to cover a serious pay gap, I'd propose a 2% pay increase, not 4%. Lastly, I would suggest that the public be offered a copy of the detailed proposed operating budget for the town of Barnstead, like we received from the school department at future budget work sessions and hearings. I appreciate your time and consideration of my suggestions.
And we should just clarify for anybody that's here, the highway department did not receive an 8% pay increase last year. That is incorrect.
So,
They received the 4%.
right.
There's no
So
name.
that's what
What's the name of it?
Who's the name?
Sherry Bedoin.
Sherry Bowden.
They're both, yeah, both. Sorry.
Sherry Bowden.
I would say so.
So the highway department did not receive it. And even with the raise they got last year, we are still lagging
Yes.
behind other towns. So,
So, but just so the
but I think we had everything else. And And I think we clarified that the move to a full-time chief position would actually be a working, not an
Working
administrative position. It'd be eliminating an administrative position. Okay. All right. In that case, open it up for public input at 6:49. All right. Close public input at 6:50. Sorry. No, we're not spending all night. Okay. We do actually have limits, and we've been really generous at not imposing the limits. We will not be a while.
What's my limit?
5 seconds.
Generally, we actually can limit them to 3 minutes. We're going to try not to do
That
that.
about wraps it up.
Let's be respectful of everybody's time.
Okay.
That's all, Frank.
Frank Lemke, 118 North Barnstead Road, Somerville, Massachusetts.
Saying who's paying attention.
Center Barnstead, 03224. My time starting now?
Yep.
All right, so I was curious, I had a couple questions, and I can always come back next week and have a few more.
Sure.
So I'm interested in the paramedic position. Why? No. I'd like to hear from each of you. Why you are against having that paramedic position? The way I look at this is a person has a CDL driver's license, let's say, hasn't driven a truck for 30 years, and comes back into the trade and wants to drive a truck again, needs a little training. I think it's a great opportunity for this person that already has all the licensing. And we might be, the way I understood it at the budget, we might have somebody, so it might be a great opportunity. And from what I've also heard is that paramedics are tough to come by. Why are we just blowing that off? Like, hear from each of you. Why you just blew that off just a few minutes ago?
Well, I don't believe that that's accurate. We've been discussing this for over a year.
Well,
And last year it was pulled at the request of the fire department as a warrant article to have the town approve an increase in staffing and well over $100,000 cost to do it. So it's not blowing it off.
well, I mean, the way it sounded just now, you blew it off. I didn't know that.
We've been talking about this.
We've been talking about it, so we don't blow things off, Frank.
Maybe that's
Right.
the wrong
But
terminology.
it is 100% the
You
wrong
blew it off
term.
pretty quick.
Because we've been discussing it for well over a year. Okay. Now the personnel that you're talking about isn't germane to the conversation that there's a person available out there. It's really whether we can staff that 7th position, and because it leads to now having 3 firefighters on at a time. So when we need a paramedic intercept, and last year I believe we had 12 that we needed to request a paramedic from another town. That's $6,000. Putting a 3rd person on as a paramedic is well over $100,000. In a time when we have the town screaming about tax rate and lowering taxes, it's not an insignificant thing. So it's not blowing it off.
So, I mean, okay, so bad terminology, blowing it off. But
Yeah.
you did it off. So when you talk about the tax base and everything, you're putting on a full-time police chief now. You're putting on a fire chief. I see costs for next year just in those 2 departments upwards of $300,000.
Well, I'm not sure what math you're doing. So we're moving from a administrative chief to a working chief,
So no more administrative.
which means
For the fire.
covering shift. The conversation for the fire chief, which hasn't been settled yet, we haven't posted the position yet. Right now we have an interim police chief,
Yeah.
right? There's a time when
What you talk about fire-
we're going to try to go. But you just said both.
Well,
You brought it up.
what are we going to talk about?
You open the door. You can't take it back. You open the door. So fire chief, we still haven't set that. But I believe the conversation from the administrative subcommittee is it is a medically based full-time fire chief. Is that your 3rd paramedic position you might be looking for? It could be, if that's what we go out and look for. So it's more than just willy-nilly adding positions.
I'm not saying it's willy-nilly. I was told that it made sense to me when it was presented at the budget committee.
Okay.
So that's.
It didn't make sense to the budget committee.
Well, no, they didn't say that way. They put it back on you because you put it on them.
Yeah.
That's what they said. Bottom line.
They put it back on us, but the
They
whole
put it back
consensus
on
of that whole committee.
They actually said, as I said, that should go to the select board and they should make the recommendation.
And it
So
really,
I don't know what game's going
going on.
There's no game. It has to do with the timing.
I'm just saying.
They've already received our budget. So it came in short. We've already sent the budget to them. We sent them to the budget committee, right?
Yeah.
We budgeted for a full-time chief.
Yeah.
That's what we budgeted for. If we hire a seventh guy, what happens? We gotta add another $100,000 to our budget.
I really don't think a full-time chief is warranted, to be honest with you. How long has the part-time chief been doing the job?
Well, why is the seventh guy warranted?
I understand it.
That's
I
the
understood
seventh
it.
guy.
I understood it from the budget committee that a person was gonna be leaving, and it was a good opportunity.
Oh, we don't know anything about that.
But hang on.
You can't take that
Hang
unless
on.
we have people.
So what you're saying is hire a guy to replace a position that might leave.
It might.
What if they don't? What if they don't?
Yeah, it's a gamble. Absolutely. It's a
Or
gamble.
we're looking into a fire chief that is a working fire chief, full-time as well. That
Qualified,
is just
EMT,
as
whatever.
strong, yes, just as strong in the medical side as they are in the firefighting side, which may be a paramedic. So if we can get two, the chief and a paramedic in one, why are we bringing on somebody else?
So,
And this is all here. We're not. This nothing's in stone. This is just the
you've
thought.
already you've asked for the position that you put in for. You just said you put in for.
We
full-time
put
fire chief.
money in the budget.
Put money in the budget.
We have to have a fire chief.
Why don't I'm not saying you
We,
don't.
we,
What
we
I'm
have
saying,
to.
What I'm saying is that I don't think there's so. Again, you say you want an administrative person and you want them to be a line officer, right? I just don't see that feasibility.
This is not Somerville. This is
Right.
Barnstead. And so in small towns, many small towns throughout New Hampshire, your chief is a working chief of police and
Most
fire.
towns, yeah.
In most towns, they're not administrative because it's a 6-man department.
And they can do
And I'm not saying
administrative
it's something
because they've
we-
got the time.
But let's face it. Let's be honest here. The police chief, after he does his administrative work, or that person, I should say, does that job. You really think? I would like, if you're going to really use a police chief and a fire chief as line officers, that means they're working evenings, nights to fill positions, not going out in the day to go get lunch and drive around and stretch their legs. Let's face it. Let's be honest.
They're gonna pull a shift.
They're going to pull a shift. Evening, nights, weekends. Is that what you're asking for?
No, I'm asking them to cover the day shift
Right.
and have the other officers cover. When I was an officer in a 5-man department, the chief worked the day shift.
Why should he?
He worked.
That was-
He worked 8 to 5.
That was his job. So he was there so he could be an administrator and cover calls, cover your daytime calls.
We have to have working administrators. It's a small
There's
town,
no way.
as you know.
I know it's
We have to have working.
But I just think that. So let me ask this question then: the police chief and the fire chief that are part time today, why aren't those positions as 32-hour work weeks working? Why isn't that working today?
Because they're semi or mostly
We're
retired.
going to get into a personnel
Oh,
Yeah.
issue at this point.
right.
Well, but I think
So,
as a taxpayer,
all right, so Frank,
question.
Frank, we're not going to debate this all night.
Right.
We've heard your point. The board has its point.
And Frank, can I say something? Because we're a fire department and an ambulance, pulling just a paramedic, if they can't drive that truck when a fire happens, and they're not at all fire qualified, then we do have to have 3 people on, and it is a lot more money. But if they're double qualified, that's great, but you don't find many of them.
All right. So what do you got next?
So I had a question on the public safety building capital fund. So last year, if I understand it correctly, I took from the notes. So Article 15 was asked last year for $50,000 in the public safety building capital reserve fund. So that brought that fund up to $562,476. Is that correct? So I was looking at the warrant articles today. So I don't know what number this warrant article is going to be. It says 13 here. So the same verbiage, public safety building capital reserve fund, they're asking for $250,000. Current balance, $581,887. Why did it go up? And my next question is, have you spent any money on it? It seems to be, last year you had a balance of 562,
This is the fund, this is the account that we've been saving for 7 years now. This is the addition on the back of the town hall, okay? The reason is because over time, the cost of this thing has increased, just like it does every single year. We were originally thinking that we could get away with the 50,000, because we were gonna be able, because we're gonna be able to use some of the auction property to,
But that's not really my question. I understand.
You want to why?
I want to know how come it went up.
I'm telling you why.
Okay.
So, $19,411 in interest.
That's what they say, yeah. That's one of the accounts that collects interest.
Oh, well, okay.
That's why, yeah.
19,000.
411, that was as of.
How many pennies? Come on, how many pennies?
Oh,
8
yes,
cents.
I did it too.
8 cents.
All right, that makes sense. All right. Then we're still on time, or is that it?
Go ahead. Nobody's fallen asleep yet.
Okay.
There we go, Heidi, you good?
So then, I was asking about, so this is on my paper 23, was the town has authorized the select board to appoint a town treasurer instead of an elected official. Is there any cost to that, and why would you do that?
So, no, there's no cost difference.
Yeah.
It's the same.
So that person's going to be paid the same.
Going to be paid the same. So when you have an elected versus an appointed, so one of the things is when you got to convince people to run. 2 is they have to be a town resident. And there's always advantages to that. But as we found with the road agent, we went to an appointed road agent. Our road agent doesn't actually live in Barnstead, and we feel that we got a very qualified individual by going that direction. It gives the town probably a little more protection in some of these instances. Anybody, if only one person runs for treasurer and maybe is not qualified for that position, they get elected and they have the town's money.
They most of the time, if they're the only ones running, they get elected.
Right? So it's part of it is a vetting, it becomes a different vetting process to protect the town.
Okay, that's fair.
That warrant article was done at the request of the current
Treasurer.
treasurer.
Yeah.
FYI.
So it has nothing to do with the current treasurer's performance or duties or anything like that.
Asking the question is really focused on the cost. Actually, from my perspective, being a department head, outside audits and requirements, so putting them under the umbrella of the department makes me nervous a little bit. But as I understand the treasurer, they just write checks, right?
Correct. They have access, but they have access to your money. To every penny of your money, the treasurer has access to.
Really?
Yep. And in the past, the town has had, not the town, the school, had a treasurer that embezzled money. So this is an opportunity for us to vet that position a little differently. Also, an elected official can only be removed by official misdeeds, very narrow window. If we appoint someone to that position and there's a reason they need to be removed, they're an appointed person, they can be removed. So it's all about protecting the town.
That's fair. Okay. And then
You want the job?
treasurer?
Okay, you're checking. No, maybe you
I
want.
can handle the budget, but I get it. Still have time? Or?
We're still good. I'm checking my
I'll be respectful of time and keep me
my weather vane now.
back another day. So I understand in the budget, I'm looking at the budget here, so you've, now Andrew said that, you haven't really read the, Public Safety Committee's meeting results yet, is that true, or?
I read it.
It's 57 pages, but I've
We
read it.
haven't discussed it, but
Yeah, we haven't discussed it.
Because I noticed that you put him in the budget, you put a full-time police chief in the budget, you put full-time fire chief.
We did.
And I don't know if you did the last vote, was it the town administrator or town manager? Did the committee make a recommendation?
town administrator.
Town administrator. So the budget was done well before we got the results. So we hedged our bets, right? Because you can't add, in a sense, after Thursday. I mean, we can make some changes and whatever. However, once the budget committee's done their part, we can't go ahead and increase what they've done. It's not the right way to do it. So they've got, here it is. We haven't posted for a single position yet.
Well, didn't I just hear that you did an assistant to the town manager?
Administrative assistant position.
Yeah,
However, that's an existing position. We're just renaming some things.
That was what we talked about.
Yeah.
Right. And the budget committee has strict deadlines too, and everything they have to be finalized.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. My next one's real long.
All right, perfect.
Thank you very much.
I feel like I'll be sick
And I
next week.
apologize for saying the word blow off, but it just seemed to me that it was.
We don't blow anything off, trust me.
All right, thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Frank. You got anything? You want to come talk? Are you just here to? He's like, no, I'm not coming up. You want to get some public input? No. Yeah, I don't think you can follow Frank.
Might as well keep it in the family.
The administrative assistant position we just asked for, is that a new position?
We just said
We
it's not.
just answered that question.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Literally just answered that. No, we have 4 positions in that office.
Okay.
Right? We have one person that's leaving. We have one that's never been filled.
No,
So we, in a sense, have 2 that we're
right.
looking to do.
Put it in that one position.
Well, we have 2 part-times, right?
2 part-times into a full-time.
Yeah, 2
We have a
full-time,
full-time.
so, yeah.
So we haven't added any staff out there.
Just change the title.
Do you have your application in?
On the articles that Frank was just talking about with, the welfare officer and the treasurer,
Mm-hmm.
since you're going from an elected position to a hired position, is there going to be a salary increase for those? Because they currently pay $2,500.
You married her.
It literally just answered the exact same question for Frank. Frank, can you guys coordinate? No, it's going to be the same thing. It's just appointed. That's all.
No, it doesn't change anything at all.
Yeah.
You know, after a while, we don't hear our husbands. It's just good.
Yeah.
It is a perfect example. There you go.
So $2,500, is that going to increase?
No, it's the same position.
Same
It
position.
is just appointed. That's all.
So salaries are not going to be impacted. There's not going to be FICA.
No, still no. It's still well, there would be FICA. Anybody that's paid a salary
Right.
of any sort, we tax and
Same with
everything
us.
else.
The money we get. Yeah.
No,
No
stop. There will not be.
No, there will be
It's the
no
same.
impact.
So I'm an elected official. I get a stipend for being an elected official. They take FICA. They take everything out of it.
Yeah.
So right now, Hillary is our treasurer. She receives a stipend. FICA is taken out. All of that is already taken out. When we appoint the position, it's the same.
Okay.
No change.
All right.
But again, as I said to Frank, this is about protecting the town on a lot of different levels. And it's important that we have that. Now, the town can still vote it down. But it truly is the fact of nobody wants the job generally, so one person runs. So, there's no ability to remove that position.
With changing from elected to appointed, I just was wondering about the dollars
Okay.
impact to this position.
And you would have seen that in the budget, during budget committee. Honestly, you would have seen that. And there was no change in that line item.
What's that?
I can't send off yet. Him and his friend FaceTiming.
Oh, please answer. Please answer. Everybody will enjoy it. Okay.
So the money that you received from the sale of the 4 properties, almost 5 properties, what's being done with that? I thought it
So
was going to go to the public safety building.
That's what we thought too, but
Well, so it's not directly because it can't directly go to it. But the Warren article says that we're going to take $200,000 of unassigned fund balance.
Okay.
When that money arrives, you know where it goes? Unassigned fund balance. The board can't just
Take
put
and
it
use
there.
it, whatever.
It has to come in. The town has to accept it and place it. Like the town voters have to control the money.
So how much money did we receive, just remind me, in total, from us, was that?
The dream.
Received it.
Well, yeah.
Coming.
200 and it was shy of 300,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So
Just
why
under
did we
three.
put in the whole 300 into, unassigned fund balance into the fund?
Because we're only asking for 250. Because we don't need 300.
I mean, you'll see other warrant articles that say.
There'll be other things that unassigned fund balance goes to.
Right, but 50,000 comes from, our tax base, right?
Yep.
So why not just take the sweep of 250?
So it's that 50 that's going to come from the tax base. That 50 unassigned fund balance goes somewhere else. So we could move it back. It's still the same 50. It doesn't change.
It's used for a lot of different things, not just that. You know, we'd love to have it all for that, but you know, there's other things that need to be taken care of.
So, other question, on the budget, it seems like we've changed the way that we're presenting things. Do we have, how many police officers do we have?
Working right now today, employed by the department,
No positions.
7.
Positions, staff.
The town voted for 7 positions.
When did they vote for 7 positions?
A while ago.
20 years ago, maybe?
Yeah.
In 2009, we rejected that. They only
And
wanted
then
6,
if you
they
see there was a
wanted
follow-up, it does exist. I've gone through and read it, right? Have we gotten to 7? No. Do we have 7
Never
right
has
now
7.
today?
7. No, we don't have 7. We never had 7.
Hi, Wesley. So we're not changing how we're presenting anything.
Well, we should only have 6. Because the town voted to only have 6.
I don't
police
I don't
officers.
believe that's accurate.
But in your budget book, you see that we are funding
See
6.
that, and that's what's causing concern here.
Why?
Because
You're
we've
saying we
only-
should fund
we're
6
only
and we're funding
supposed to
6.
have- The town has only agreed to have 6
No,
police officers.
No, they
not
haven't.
7.
They've agreed
No.
to have 7, Linda.
I believe
But
seven
here's the
was
thing.
approved
We're
within
only-
my 6.
Yeah, the 7 has been approved.
I'd love to see that.
Okay.
Because the warrant article that you sent me from 2009 states only 6.
But if you look beyond it, there's what in. But we're only funding 6 this year. And the reason we're only funding 6, right now, we couldn't put 7 on.
Well, you can't even hire 7. You can't even hire people.
Exactly. So that's why we're funding it differently at a level that we could sustain. So we have 2 officers that have been hired that didn't go to the police academy, right? We have Nick, who's here now, and we have Thomas. We don't have the bandwidth to add more officers. They couldn't train them. So it's a graduated issue. That's all.
So at some point, they go back to 7.
We may go to 7.
But we may not need 7.
Yeah.
If we have a working chief, we really need a 7th.
So there's a whole lot of moving parts to how this is going.
But, just
But
like
I
I
think
said,
your thing is you only want to fund 6, right?
I looked back at that.
But,
warrant in
Linda,
2009.
you're telling us you only want to fund 6 officers this year. Yes or no?
Yes, but that
Are-
includes the
That's all we
chief.
want.
Are we?
That's
Are
what
we?
we're doing.
We are funding 6.
But that's not including the chief. The chief is 7.
no,
No.
No, no.
before.
No, it's not. It's not what we're funding this year. We're doing exactly what you're asking for.
Stay tuned.
And just like I said at budget committee, if we did fund 7 full-time police officers, what was proposed last year would be more than doubled in that full-time line. Because at some point, if we fund 7, you're gonna have 7 at some point in time.
Yep.
We're going to. I know we haven't, but it will happen, and then you'll see that line more than double because we always prorate positions.
So one of the things that came out of the police, fire, and town administrator committee, we kept asking, what is it that they do? Why is it that you need all these people? And why is it that you need a full-time versus part-time fire chief? And I really don't believe that that question was answered. And yet we're proceeding here to put a budget together, full-time and part-time chief.
There's no part-time chief.
I'm sorry, full-time chief and full-time fire.
Yeah.
Linda, when I was originally on, I don't even know what year it was, but we had full-time chiefs in both departments. Then we decided we're going to go part-time and save the town money. And from what I see, it really didn't work like we wanted. Honestly, when we had 2 full-time, they were able to cover shifts, they were able to do other things. And then once we went to part-time, it seemed like we started having trouble getting the hours. So that's, if the committee wanted, they want full-time, and I can understand it. The years ago when they put 6 or 7, I remember 7, I don't remember the 6. But the reason was the townspeople wanted 24-hour coverage. And that's basically impossible unless you have 7. So that's why they asked for 7. Because at the time, they had figured out the logistics and everything else. And said if we have 7, we could have 24-hour coverage. We've never had 7, ever.
Maybe once.
No, we never.
I don't think we've ever had 7.
No, we never hit it.
And who? A police chief is $100,000.
Plus.
You want a part-time? You want to pay somebody $100,000 sit around and do paperwork? I don't.
That's all the big property.
You want to bet? That's not true. By the time you look at benefits and everything else, oh yeah, you're well over.
Thank you.
Thank you, Linda.
Anybody else? Denise?
I was not here last week for the discussion on the warrant articles, but I did listen to the video last night. I sounded like you might have had some questions because I heard you say ask Denise, so I just wanted to make myself available. More questions on the Historical Society Capital Reserve Fund item?
No, we asked her what it was being used for, or what it would be used for.
Right. Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
We have a control over yesterday.
Okay.
So I just wanted to make sure.
I'm
Well,
pretty.
we put it in here though.
I heard that, but I heard you say ask Denise.
I think it was what are they doing with it?
It's just,
Yeah,
you can't do anything with it. It's not our
That's-
money.
Well, whose money is it?
It's the town's money, it's taxpayer money, so
Yeah.
if there's.
Town approval.
I'll tell you, Rick, it would be great if I was buying lottery tickets trying to come up with money to.
Well, I know
to
it's
buy-
not for lottery tickets, but I mean,
No,
you have
I was trying to come up with
you
power
have
lines to
space
buy-
up there. I'm just.
No, it's not space we can use to bring the public to.
What would you use it for? If I was to give it to you right now, what would you use it
We
for?
would buy an appropriate building to house our collection, to be able to accept items. People have told us they will not donate to us because we do not have a place to display big items.
Okay, so you're looking for a building to display historical items.
Yes.
She's looking for any rules.
I mean, I was hoping maybe I'd hit the Powerball and buy the company house because then I'd have $1 billion to invest in the company house. We have a place to have our Christmas event in the barn and make it available as another public meeting place in town that we're so sorely lacking, but they didn't have to pull my number.
Didn't pull mine either.
I mean, I'll talk to any tickets they sell because they're just not really good numbers.
No, that was all the question was. Is what will it be used for? What's it going to be used for?
My rating,
I mean, it's okay to ask for money from the taxpayers if you have an idea. Well, no, you put $8,000 in it last year.
No, we
No, we
Oh,
didn't.
you didn't?
No, we didn't.
Okay. Well, the point is
There's 5,000 this year.
if we do put
which,
money
yeah,
in it, we
She's
put
got a
money
plan.
in it. Usually, it's for something. You have a plan for it. You have some kind of,
titled in the name of the fund, Historical
But-
Society building.
But if you say to buy a building, You know,
You guys realize we're going in circles.
you're a million miles away from
All
that.
right. So that's what we need to know. Thank you. Thanks, Denise. Anybody else? What do you guys think?
Sure.
Yes.
Pony on up to the table.
Only on
Nancy Carr. This is about
I-
the tricentennial
Where do you live, Nancy Carr?
Buxton.
The whole town or the other road?
I live in the town of Buxton. At 03218.
All right.
Yeah, the whole difference.
Parade.
That's what I got.
The tricentennial committee has been meeting. Yes. And we keep adding people to the committee, which is great. We're looking at doing a party on May 20th, 2027, because that's the day that we were granted the land grant.
Okay.
And then we are also looking at doing a parade in June. So just so you guys know, we're looking at some kind of an event as far as parade, maybe road race, some kind of a little fair, entertainment, drone or fireworks, which from 15 to 20,000. Just for that one thing. So we are figuring out some dates. We just want to make sure we don't conflict with high school graduation. Any questions? We've been meeting the first Monday of the month, and we're going to be open at the library.
How many people are on this committee already?
1 billion. All of them.
All of them. I'm just curious. I'm just curious. I mean, is it?
The first Monday of the month is 7.
There's a bunch of them.
There is.
Yeah.
But we want to add more because that way, the more people, we can have more events.
Mm-hmm.
They want to design a camera. More people on your committee.
So I think there's 6 at the meeting last night, but we were missing 3. Then we need to add, so we're getting close to a dozen, but I think we have 20 because the parade's going to take 2 people.
Yeah, you can't have parade without.
So just so you know, we're going to be looking at either going from the parade to the center, from the center to the parade to the parade.
Once I'm done with this stuff, you guys.
So you can gain a new committee member.
There you go.
Huh? Yeah, it's gonna have Monday night.
Nice.
So do you have it?
Good.
Ask them questions. We will spend that money.
Good.
Every single penny.
Well, you got a plan for it.
By 2027, you can't spend pennies anymore. They'll all be gone. No pennies. All right.
Just so you know,
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.
it's in the works.
Anybody else for public?
This is Linda Bramante, 118 Reference Road. This is a picture of the wires at the fire station
Okay.
that need to be fixed. Oh, it's horrible. It's pretty
Oh,
bad.
those are fine.
No, I've seen them. I've been complaining about.
So we
them
did
for a
fund
long
that
time.
tonight, Linda.
I realize that, but I just
Okay.
wanted to make sure you knew how bad they are.
Really not too bad if there's no flames.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you pop a break, you just get a bigger one.
All right. Anybody else for public input before we close it? Nobody else for public input? Close it at 7:23. All right. Are we going to? We have personnel at this point in time. Okay.
I make the motion to go into non-public under RSA 91-A, semicolon 3, Roman numeral 2C.
All right.
Second.
All in favor?
Thank you all.
Florida. I won't see you.